Hey everybody, I'm David. I got my sidekick Maggie with me. Maggie, I don't know what she's doing. But I want to welcome y'all to Vista Acres. Welcome to the Vista Acres Homestead channel. Okay, what has went on this week on the Vista? Whew, have we been busy? Right, Maggie? She's chasing her shadows. As always, she loves chasing those shadows. Hope y'all enjoyed the videos this week. You saw the one of us starting on this project. And yes, we are going to get this project done. That's kind of scary. Maggie just bounced and this floor bounced. This floor, I think, is we're gonna find out as we get into it, y'all. But I think this floor is extremely rotten. Definitely ran into the black mold that was underneath it when we got started. So yeah, but I tell you what, Angie and I are really excited about this project. One, you know, we can get in here and we can get out of the camper, and you know what everybody's talking about is kind of funny. And I know some of these folks are probably watching the video. I didn't say anything at the time, but everybody's talking about going camping. And Angie and I, we love camping as well as anybody. Matter of fact, we got a trip planned in September to go camping for the week, and we enjoy it, y'all. But I'm gonna tell you, when you live in a camper till you get a project like this done, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know about it, if it's that much fun. But we still, believe it or not, man, and we enjoy our camper. And I want to give a big shout out to Terry for helping us out on that. We was living in that small one, and my buddy Terry came through and helped us out on that. And everybody put Terry in your thoughts and prayers. He's got a foot. He needs to get well. So yeah, all right, y'all. Yeah, so this is where we're at. So let me show y'all. This is where we're at. All right, now what you're looking at here is mine and my brother's old bedroom. It seems like my brother might be able to tell better, but it seems like this was our bedroom when we was 9 or 10 years old or 11 years old, somewhere in there. I would say 7, but I know it wasn't 7 years old because that's when we moved here. And then this was originally one big room. See these walls here? They was not here. This was one big 24 by 24 room. Daddy liked big rooms. Mom was talking about that the other day. So basically what Angie and I are going to do is this is going to be, and I'll show you the plans. I draw the plans up. This side over here is going to be a closet. And then where we're standing at is going to be a bedroom. The bedroom is going to be a 12 by 14. The closet is going to be somewhere, I think it's going to be a 9 by 10, something like that. And then the master bath will be over here. And then you're going to have a hall coming through here. There'll be another bathroom here. And then from about here over 2 more feet past that wall, because that wall is coming down, this is going to be a big room here, or a good size room. Then she's going to have like a pantry there. And my office will be in between the pantry and that bathroom, and where I do my editing and stuff. And this room is going to be a kitchen / living room. So, you know, and like I say, this is going to be gutted out. This tub, I hadn't decided what I'm going to do with this tub yet. I got to measure this tub to see how big it is. I may put it in that half bath. It's a nice tub. It's a real nice tub. I may put it in there and use it in that half bath. All right. So yeah. So So what do we got to do? We got to gut the whole thing. I'm thinking about, y'all put in the comments what y'all think, but I'm thinking about taking this whole wall out right here. This whole wall, will take it out. Because when you're gonna find out when we get this floor out, this floor is not about a foot off the ground, if that much. I will bet in places it's not 6 inches off the floor, off the ground. And see, as a kid, I was a pretty good sized boy as a kid. So if that plumbing right there, now my brother's gonna appreciate this. If that plumbing had to be worked on, anything done to this plumbing, he had to do it because he was small enough to crawl under there. That's how tight that floor is. So what I'm really thinking about doing, maybe a crazy idea, but I'm thinking about taking this whole wall, because we're gonna redo this whole wall. This whole wall is gonna be like that sunroom wall. It's gonna have windows all the way across it. These 2 windows are gonna go in Angie's she shed when I build that. But so tear this whole wall out, bring my tractor in here with a backhoe, and start and get it in here as far as I can. I'd like to get it all the way in here and start digging this dirt out of here, because I may have to take that safety bar off of it to get it in here. But yeah, that's what I'd like to do. I would like to get it to where we could get most of this dirt out of here. Get this thing down to where at least this thing, and I have to look at it. I was going to look it up on the internet and I got sidetracked. But at least get it down to where there's a foot to 18 inches, maybe even 18 inches between the bottom of the joist to the floor. That would be the goal. Maggie, you got a bath last night. Let me tell y'all a funny one about Maggie in the bath. Angie and I got done last night moving the rest of the stuff out of here, and we didn't do a video on that, but it was just basically moving the chicken stuff, putting it back up in the brooder / sprout house. But so I told Angie, I said, you want to go ahead and get your shower first? And I didn't no more get that out. And Miss Maggie there goes and gets in the shower. She was ready to get her shower. So Maggie decided she's going to get her shower first. Which is, Maggie likes getting a shower. She even back when I'd have to tell her to get in the shower, she would, she'd get in there. Sometimes I'd have to tell her 2 or 3 times, but she would get in there. All right, y'all. So what is going on with the chickens? I tell you what, and I may put it in the thumbnail, but Angie and I are seriously, we're to the point with the chickens, we're either going to get out of it or we're going to have to come up with a better business plan than what we're doing. And I've talked about this in other videos, to how expensive we've grown this thing into, and basically keeping chickens instead of selling chickens. And it has grown into to where we got it nailed down. We talked about it this week. We've got it nailed down to where it's about 5 20-pound or 5 50-pound bags a week to feed all this. Yeah, it's every bit of 5 bags. Could even be 6. See, these are needing a bag dumped into their thing. But 5 bags, y'all, at $20 a bag, it's $100 times 52 is easy math. That's math even I can do. That's $5,200 a year in feed. Y'all, that's expensive. So I enjoy the birds, and especially when I got time to work with the birds, and I enjoy coming up here, seeing them, feeding them. Sometimes I come up here and even sit and watch them a little bit, because they're fun to watch. But financially, it's getting to the point that I don't know. We're gonna have to. We did sell some chicks this year, which helped out the cause a whole lot. Well, a little bit. We ended up selling probably about $600 worth of chicks this year. which is a good thing. All right. Now these are getting to be menaces. They're getting to be Dennis the Menace. Now how that one got in there with them turkeys, I don't know. But there's one of them American breast chickens who decided, and it's a hen, that she's just gonna get in there with them turkeys. All right, so, but these are starting. Is that necessary? You're on video. All right, but these have decided, these have become really, really good egg layers, y'all. Yeah, they have. I mean, they're really getting to be. I will say that about American breast chickens. As far as they say they're what, dual purpose. I can tell you on the egg part, they're doing good on that. They're laying some eggs. So I did my watering last night. That's still working right. So everything's looking good here. Kane and his bunch. There's 2 turtleneck babies. And there's one of the black ones that I put in there that was a baby, I think. She's really grown. She's grown real fast. And there's one of the babies. So there's 4 of them in there. I've got to go back and look at that video and see how many of them babies we put in there. That was not, I wouldn't do that again. They was too small and we lost a few of them. And I think that rooster up there, that turtleneck rooster, I definitely think he was part of the problem of why we lost some. So, but yeah, these are all doing really good, y'all. They're coming on along. Got this organized. Glad we had this building. And I may make this building, was gonna have it as a brooder house, but I'm thinking about I'm gonna make it a workshop. But I got those tubs that was down there in the storage up here. I got the paneling, I got this subfloor or the main floor put down. And so yeah, I think this may work out pretty good for a workshop. Put my saws up here. And we may do that instead of doing a brooder house. What we're talking about doing is doing the brooder house where we had it last year, and then when I get Angie's she shed made, that would be the sprout house / she shed. She could do her sprouting in there and stuff until she gets so big that she needs a bigger space. How's these doing? Well, they're doing good. They're doing real good. They like it out here in this little bit bigger pen. Definitely, I think got a rooster and a hen. Could be 2 hens with these, you don't know. That one over there with the redder comb, yeah, I'm kind of thinking these might be 2 hens because it's got small legs on it. They're hard to tell. And their tail feathers are so ruffled up, it's hard to see what that looks like. But these 2 wasn't doing well, so we had to move them. The geese, they're doing pretty good. I just changed their water last night. As you can see, that northern's clean, but they've been in this one. We gotta move them today. They need to be pushed down a little bit into a little bit greener grass. But yeah, they're doing good. Yeah, if we was to downscale, downscale, I don't know what I'd do with the geese. I really like the geese. Those 2 are doing pretty good. And these 2 old hens and Brahmas are doing good. They didn't, now here's a good example. These did not reproduce anything this year. This flock didn't, not unless we sold some of them, didn't realize it, but I may try to hatch some more of those here just put them in a small incubator. See if we can hatch them. All right, these Brahmas are doing well. Now these Brahmas reproduce well. This was the biggest part of the chickens that we sold was baby Brahmas. So they did very well. Very pleased how that turned out. We unfortunately lost one of these hens this week. She was an older one. I'm pretty sure it's just due to old age, but we hate to lose any of the birds, but she was several years old. There's a possibility she was 6, 7 years old. She was an old hen. And then the Isa babies. They're like Isa chicks. Red stars, they're hungry. And they are hungry. I find it interesting what these roosters are looking like. I better not open that door because they're hungry. But they're white looking. See them two white looking ones? I reckon that's the roosters because we ordered 2 roosters and the rest of them was hens. I think 20 hens, so yeah. All right, so we, like I say, we're having to, I'm going to pick up a car that I purchased. Looking forward to bringing that on the channel, y'all. And I'm probably going to be working the channel toward maybe some more car content, see how that does, y'all, because it's just, channel's not growing any with the homestead and chicken stuff. So I may put some car content out there and see how that does. And still give an update on the chickens and stuff. We're gonna let the cats out. They're ready. They're ready to come out, I'm sure. All right, they're ready to come out. The garden. Now let's take a quick look at the garden, y'all. And I'm really excited about getting that apartment of ours done. That other side of Mom's house there, to get it done. That way we'll have that finished, place to live. And then we can start focusing on some of these other projects here. If we stay in the chickens, I want to build about 4 more coops. Nice coops. I want to get them to where Angie and I can leave at least for 4 days. And all somebody has to do is just come there and check on them, make sure they got food and water. Then I've got to build a she shed, and then I've already got the tin cut and everything for about, I think, 8 more of these raised beds. So, yeah. Some of the garlic's still hanging in there, but for the most part, I think it's about gone. But look at here, this is interesting, y'all. That sprout looks good. I thought that was sprout coming up on its own there to where this stuff is seeded. So, boy, it smells good. Yeah, it smells real good. I gotta plant some more of that. Tomatoes, y'all, if they all go to turning at the same time, Angie and I are gonna have to get some tomatoes canned. Now, I think she's already got some in the freezer that need to be canned, so. Cucumbers looking good, look here. Look at there. Look at that one, ain't that strange? Yeah. Look at that cucumber. Yeah. Angie hadn't got that bed going. She's working on this one. Now this squash is hanging in there. Butternut squash. Those are looking good, are they? They are looking good. And there's another squash plant she planted. I guess that is zucchini. I ain't sure. I'm looking at the leaves on it. Been meaning to tear this out, so yeah. And look at this tomato, y'all. Woo! Woo, boy, ain't that pretty. Look at that sunflower. And look at the bee. There's the bee. Alright. Yeah, like I say, all these tomatoes come in, will be good. Y'all, this part of the garden, it just didn't make. And I told Angie we need to probably just dig it up. And I don't know if that cabbage, you know, this fall, maybe if we wait till it cools down, it might come on up. Be interesting, be kind of a something we could try. We're gonna plant more cabbages as soon as probably about September, plant some cabbage, I guess. But even these weeds have even taken over where the potatoes are. I seen a potato here the other day, and it looked like the vine was dying out. So I think we're gonna dig the potatoes up. We're just gonna dig them up and dig the potatoes up, and then turn all this under and plant some corn and some okra. Yeah, it's a little bit late, but y'all, it has been so wet. Corn and okra wouldn't have done good anyway if we had got it planted, because it likes it hot and dry. All right, let's check on the bees. We're gonna go over here and check on the bees. Angie's been worried about the bees. She's afraid the bees are not doing good. As you can see, Maggie she don't want no part checking on the bees. Angie says she wished she'd had a video camera going that day. Yeah, they're going in and out. Yeah, the bees are looking good there. I always say bees are a very important part of the homestead. All right, y'all, we've had a busy week. I am feeling better. I do believe that the vitamin D has finally got into my system. It's taken it a while. It's taken a lot longer than really I thought it would. And so, Maggie, what are you doing? Come here. Anytime Maggie's up here doing something, I want to come check on it. Make sure they have Guinea. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Come on, Maggie. Yeah, the D, it took it a while. I'd say a month and a half before I could actually start feeling a difference. And then before I started getting better, I noticed I take it on Thursdays. The prescription one I take on Thursdays. And I noticed on about Tuesday, Wednesdays, I start wearing down a little bit, getting like I was. But now I've got to the point I think it's got in my system. I didn't feel any wear down. And that's enabled Angie and I to work in the evenings. Because I want to tell you, before I started taking that vitamin D, I was wore out. I mean, exhausted. And really, not only physically, but mentally too. I was just, phew. So I don't know how long I'd had a vitamin D deficiency, but apparently for a while. So I take one, like I said, that's prescription, and then I take one that's over the counter. So it's helped. I can say I want to thank my doctor for that. That he did all that blood work and he caught that, because I really thought it might have been B. I thought it might have been salt. I had a guy come by here and said his salt was low and it caused him to feel the way I was feeling. But no, it was the big vitamin D, y'all. Hey, y'all, I hope everybody has a blessed week this week. And appreciate, really, like I say, everybody watching the videos. Has been watching the videos. Can't thank you enough for that. It's always, you know, I love editing. That's the reason I do this. I've always liked editing. I've always liked the equipment, how it works. I like cameras, how cameras work. I've been doing it. I've been doing it since the 90s. And what got me started was the company I was with. We used, loaded carpet. So we used these lift trucks that had poles on them, and you couldn't get training videos for that. So we started doing our own training videos. So that's where I early started messing around with video equipment. And man, it's unreal to how it has advanced over the years. Like this little bitty camera that I'm using, not a sponsor, but a DJI Action 5 camera, packs the power of a huge camera back in just probably 10 years ago, and with the picture quality and everything that it can do. But y'all, if you hadn't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate that. It's always good to see that number going up. And hit that like button and put in the comments some content you'd like for us to do. We have all kinds of stuff that we can do around here. The big thing right now, I'll tell you, we're doing any additional content like the car that I just bought. And y'all, man, what a sweet car I just bought. It is it is a sweet, sweet old car. But, you know, yeah, I bought another tractor. But we can do any content. So just let us know what you'd like to see. Put in the comments what you'd like to see us doing. Put in your comments what you think about the chicken thing. Like I say, we're struggling with that. Angie and I both struggling with it. Hit that like button. We really appreciate that, y'all. And again, as I always say on the Vista, love you and thank you for watching. Hey, I added that love you. What y'all think about that? Hey, again, everybody have a great week and thank you for watching.